I want to focus Mia on editing Terra Firma Craft, so I didn't want to throw something else on his plate.
That required lots of work, yeah.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, it looked like a fun game, but of course, I've only ever seen gameplay from YouTubers that, like you say, edit out, I guess, a lot of the boring stuff. So.
Yeah.
But
Right,
yeah, speaking of
let's
that, it's like we're not exactly editing out any of this, so.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, Slime Ranch is single player, so you haven't got the sort of the commentary and things and the instant action to sort of just keep things going.
Oh yeah. You said there was a lot of solar cells?
There was. I have been taking them and putting them into things though, so.
Oh, okay, so have I. So I think we're out now.
Right.
Of solar cells, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Construction components. The darn construction components. Need so many of those things.
Yeah. So, but we've been having a whale of a time with Terra Firma Craft.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's so addictive.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I have been very interested to try, but at the same time very scared to try because addiction and just amount of time.
It's a time sink.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Really
that's my
is.
worried. That's my worry.
Yeah. So last Saturday, so for viewers, that's some random Saturday in the past, or it might have been Sunday if you're in Australia.
But it's still
definitely
a last
Saturday most
random
places.
Sunday in the past.
Yeah. We met at it was 1 p.m. GMT +1, and we played through till because that was a good time for Alman to join us, but Stimpy couldn't join us at that time, so we played through till 6 p.m. when Stimpy could join us, and then we carried on going until gone midnight. So that was an 11-hour session without even thinking about it. It was, and then stopping playing is really hard. It's like, okay, right, yep, no, let's stop. We stopped for a break between Almond leaving and Stimpy joining, just so that we could stop and have a bite to eat and stuff. But oh gosh, yeah, it's so addictive.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Everything is so hard to achieve, and then when you do achieve it, the sense of achievement is amazing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've seen gameplay of it from videos and things, but I've never really gotten I think I've watched it get to the point where you've got like the anvil and then you've got like smelting going on.
Yeah,
I think that's about as far as I've ever seen it taken.
I think because the big problem is that the iron working is so difficult that's where most people stop. Well, for some amazing reason, Spidey is really, really good at it. He's taken to doing the smithing work, just like a fish to water. Which is great because that's the hard bit. That's what usually stops people.
Huh. Well, there you go. Spidey the Smith.
So, yeah, he is. He's our Smith. Very pleased. And that, just finding that there was someone in the team who liked that aspect to the work has given the series longevity. Because usually we would get to this point and then that's it.
Nobody's interested anymore.
You might build a nice building, and then once you've built a nice building, nobody wants to face the smithing thing because it's so hard.
So is it like a game where like having a group of people is very beneficial because you want to split jobs off and then have like somebody in charge of different things?
Yeah.
Okay.
And and different skills develop as well. So, like Mia is our cook and farmer, and just because that's what he got into.
Right.
So in the same way that Spidey, so Mia's keeping Spidey fed so that Spidey doesn't need to worry about where the food's coming from. But, you know, nobody can stick at the same job all the time. So when one of us is going out on an exploration, I'm doing, you wouldn't believe it, I'm the miner.
Really? That's a shocker.
The thing is, though, in
you don't seem like you like mining at all.
Well, I love mining in Space Engineers because it's a really tranquil, zen sort of activity. You can just, roll your ship through an asteroid or something. In Terra Firmacraft, it is so scary. It's unbelievably scary because you're at constant danger of rockfall.
Oh, you have to actually support your way through and everything?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
I'm dying of no energy.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Which means I'm probably gonna die. Oh yeah, I'm gonna die next. Do you want to jump into the seat first?
But too late.
Oh, you dead already?
I'm dead.
Where's your body? Were you stationary?
I did. I stopped moving so that I could find it.
Okay, cool. I'll leave you to do that. Meanwhile, I shall.
I always forget how to get out of your ship.
Through the door.
There's the door. Man. Hi.
Hi.
All right, where did I leave my body? Something that you only ever say in a game.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me of, I watched a short video yesterday which had me chuckling. I follow a series called Sci-fi.
Oh yeah, I've watched some of that.
Yeah. Little 5-minute snippets of recent events in science and stuff. It's like coffee table YouTubing.
Coffee table YouTubing, okay.
And
that's one of the Green Brothers made that, right? I think.
Yes, yeah. It's
Hank
because
Green,
you got
I think, is the guy.
Hank Green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I watched another series they do called Crash Course.
Oh, Crash
which
Course!
Is
I'm
the
addicted
elder
to Crash
brother.
Course.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're both
it.
involved in that one.
Mm.
They do different shows each, and now they actually hire a bunch of people to do different shows altogether. So
yeah,
they've got lots
I
of great
enjoy
shows
their
on
work.
there.
So I was watching an episode of SciShow yesterday. Hang on, I don't know what I even need to pick up here. What are we short of? Just pick me a thing I need to pick up.
What were you doing? The motors and the small steel tubes? There's a bunch of those needed.
Motors and small steel tubes.
Yeah. Maybe just like fill up on motors and go around and do all of them, or fill up on small steel tubes. Because there's a bunch of that needed. I've been trying to do... Actually, which one did you pick?
I've got motors.
Motors? Okay. I'm going to grab small steel tubes because we need so many of these things.
Cool.
Let's just... What's the word?
Blitz.
I was going to say visualize an attack, but that's the wrong one. So you grabbed small? Or you grabbed motors?
I got motors.
Okay. I've already forgotten.
Do you know what? I'll grab a bunch of computers while I'm here because there's quite a few things which just need computers. And you can carry such a lot of computers.
Yeah, you can, can't you? I think I just snagged every small steel tube we have. We have 727 of them. I hope that's enough. Or at least for the first set of
They
these.
make quick enough anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Because they just need iron, right?
Mm-hmm.
Metal
so
grids.
the SciShow thing that I was watching was looking at recent studies into do video games cause violence or aggressive behavior? Do violent video games cause aggressive behavior? What do the studies say? Was the premise? Because of course there's been that thing recently, hasn't there, where Trump did a thing about problem with society today is all these damn computer games making everyone violent. And so they were looking at the studies in the past, which he said had mixed results, because some studies said, yes, there is a relationship between video game violence and aggressive behaviors or feelings. and they found that if you that there was largely, after playing some video games, there would be a temporary increase in the violent or aggressive feelings within people. It wouldn't necessarily turn to behavior, but feeling aggressive and having aggressive thoughts.
Right.
But then they started to look at some anomalies that they were finding in the results over the series, because there was a meta study, where they take all of the studies, and they compare all of the studies to see what they can learn by comparing lots and lots of data from previous studies.
Right.
And they were looking at the anomalies, and what they found was that there was a strange kind of pattern emerging, where people who define themselves as hardcore gamers would generally report less aggressive feelings after playing a violent video game compared to people who class themselves as casual gamers. And so they tried another hypothesis, which was that when they were doing gaming studies in the past, they weren't differentiating how good a player people were and how complex the violent game was that they were getting them to play. And the conclusion came was that actually the aggressive behavior had nothing to do with how violent a game is, but how competent a gamer feels when they're playing the game. So if they're playing a complex game, it was frustration. And so they came to the conclusion that actually frustration is the thing that leads to a feeling of the temporary increase in aggressive feelings and thoughts. And I was thinking, because I've been kind of prepared to be open-minded about the idea that maybe playing extremely violent games, like Grand Theft Auto is the one that's quoted, like maybe there are some people who are maybe like very young, like if you gave Grand Theft Auto to sort of an 8 to 12-year-old range or something like that, maybe it would be a bad thing, and maybe there would be. I was open to it, but it just didn't feel it. I didn't feel this thing about violence in video games causing violence in the real world. But when they came to that conclusion, it was just like, oh, I so know it. I know like what they're talking about. And I remembered the thing that came to mind was when I was playing Euro Trucker. I was streaming Euro Trucker with Boris one day.
You were getting rage?
Oh, you wouldn't believe. I was ready to kill somebody. I was properly raging, all on camera and everything. I must have tried 15 times to park that damn truck. And honestly, I was ready to strangle whoever it was that didn't allow quick park at that particular factory. And everything from my language to, I was screaming and effing and blinding and just, I was so, and I was thinking about that.
You became minty.
Yeah. The salt was unreal.
The salt was unreal.
I was totally losing it. And because normally if I get a game that excessively frustrates me, which I think's fair to say, Elite Dangerous fell into that category.
Yeah, with
Elite Dangerous,
trying to park your ship,
trying to do it with a mouse and keyboard.
Mouse and keyboard. That's nasty. Should just invest. I'll drop you some gold next time you play, and we just buy you a docking computer.
Well, I found that I couldn't really steer, I couldn't really shoot, I couldn't remember which keys did which thing, because
I gotta say, I never played that game with a mouse and keyboard. I started right off the bat with not the HOTAS I have now, but just a joystick. Because I figured it was a game that needed a joystick, right?
Yeah.
So I started with a joystick. I didn't have a full HOTAS, so I had like one hand on the keyboard and one hand on a joystick, and that was still like fun. But it was hard. It was still like there were still things that didn't make a lot of sense, like trying to make it work. And then when I bought myself my HOTAS, Oh my goodness. It was like, it took a little bit just to get used to it because it's not a
Yeah.
control set that I'd ever really played with before. But once it was like night and day. And by a little bit, I
Yeah.
mean like, you play for about 15 minutes, you kind of get the feel of it, and then all of a sudden you can land. It's like, what? Like, don't get me wrong, landing was still difficult the first few times, but once you kind of figured out what the strategy was, the controls
Yeah.
weren't in your way anymore.
Right.
So,
Well,
yeah.
it was something like Elite Dangerous. I gave it a go. Thought, do you know, I can't be bothered. It get to the point where I could feel my stress levels going up, and I was like, "Damn game, not playing this anymore. Don't like it."
I love the
Not so much
description.
not so much a rage quit as a sulk quit.
Salt quit, that's right.
Okay, I'm not playing with you anymore. But with Euro Trucker was different because I wanted to play and I was enjoying the game and I was on stream and I was getting, and the frustration levels built beyond that point where I snapped and completely just went absolute, just sort of red mist the whole lot. And there was nothing I could do about the red mist other than verbalize it. And so, oh dear.
That's funny.
And of course, Boris is just having hysterics in the background.
Yeah, he's probably laughing that you're like he's laughing at you losing it, right? Which isn't helping you probably.
Absolutely.
That's funny. I've never tried this Euro Truck Simulator. I've had people try to get me to play a bunch of times, and just the timing and I want to try. I just haven't. The timing has never lined up right.
Yeah, because it's an easy game to just dip in and out of.
I think I already own it. Like I think I was supposed to play at some point, and then it didn't happen on that day.
Yeah.
And then so I actually have it, I think, but I've never played it. It was Apple. I think it was Apple that was all about wanting to. And
it was Apple that got us into it.
Yeah, it was Apple that got. And it was funny because Apple, for whatever reason, Apple just didn't seem like the person that would be into a game where you get in a truck and just drive across Europe.
Yeah.
It didn't.
And that's all it is.
I don't know why, but he doesn't seem like that kind of gamer.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you think of Apple as being a first-person shoot-'em-up, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Giving you all of the stats on the Lee Enfield.
But Apple also likes farming. I think it was Farming Simulator.
Yeah, you're right. He does. He likes
really
those
got
Sims,
into.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's funny. I always I have a limit, I think, with that type of game. Like I could see myself being really happy with Terra Firma Craft and things where there's a lot of build up progression and all that kind of stuff. I probably could see myself enjoying that. But I don't know, like just like straight on farming simulator. I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, that said, I really enjoy Elite Dangerous, and that's like flying simulator. So
yeah, it's like space trucker simulator.
Yeah, if that's the profession you choose, yeah, you could totally do. Instead of Euro Truck Simulator, it'd be straight space truck simulator.
Yeah,
if that's the profession.
That was what Mia was calling it for a while. Space truck simulator.
Yeah, because that's how he was. I think he was just doing lots of training or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the first time I've come back with still having construction components in my inventory.
Cool. Well, we are nearly. I've just put solar panels in to make.
Cool. I think there's some large. I'm going to grab a bunch of large steel tubes. I think there's still some missing from places, so I'll just go around and do the large steel tube investigation.
Yeah. Power cells is going to be, I think, the next thing that we need after solar cells.
Yeah, we need a bunch of power cells, 120 for each of these, and there's 2 of them on each leaf. So for just these, we need 8. So 800 and 4, 6, 8, 920. Fast math.
Large Sounds good. Whatever. If
I
you
don't
say
know if
so.
I got that right, but I think I might have. Let's turn off those signals. All right, yeah, so just need those, and... Oh, this still needs something. Large steel tubes, boom. That looks all done except for the batteries and the solar panels. This all looks done except for the batteries and the solar panels.
Yep.
I think that's all that these leaves... Oh, no, there's a gun down here that isn't done. What do you need? Large steel tubes.
There was
Look at that.
one needed large steel tubes, yeah. Just
Boom.
making sure everything's got everything except the solar cells and the
Right.
power cells.
So now people, you can start to see what this is going to look like. And you can see, because there was some concerns that we didn't have enough gun protection on here, especially after all of the asteroids. So I hope this is enough. So I've got these guns placed in here. There's 4 of them, on like 1 on each leaf. So there's 4 on each level. And there's going to be 3 levels of this, right? So there's going to be, what is that?
12 guns.
12 guns, yeah.
3 times 12. Even I can do that in
You
my
can do
head.
that one?
Uh-huh. That's one of those random ones I know the answer to, strangely.
All right, so that's that. So what I'm going to start to do now then is, this looks pretty good. I'll let you maybe finish off what's here with what's being built.
Yep.
And I'll start to build
Start
the rest,
putting the next lot down.
the next layer down. And that means I need to bring my pictures up, which I didn't do. But I actually have them right close at hand because I had to get you the picture for the quarter rocket clock. So let's see here, we got that and that and that. So this is the one I want big now. Apologies for the I need this and that, and you have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's okay.
Okay, so. Okay,
I think anyone who's ever played this understands.
Yeah, so now I'm going to try and build the connecting line. So that goes from here. Oh, and I'm going to need what's interior plates and steel plates, just a few of those so that I can drop stuff down. Don't need these large steel tubes anymore.
Well, I might come and just spectate you for a few minutes while I let some more solar panels, some solar cells make.
Some solar cells make?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, so the way that I built this is, let's see here. So, no, this is the part where I need to get this right. So this goes like that.
This should be funny then.